Well, it doesn't feel like a lot to live up to after multiple shout outs and such and such. You can tell how ill prepared for this I was. I was actually watching Shadow's live stream on my phone while I was out walking the dog in the rain, and hadn't even planned like the live stream yet. I was going to do it today, but didn't know like what kind of time. So then, yeah, felt like putting pressure on myself by being about a mile away from home and saying, I'll do it after you finish, expecting them to maybe go on for a little bit. No, they didn't. They were like, okay, we'll wrap it up. I was like, come on, dog, let's hurry up. We got to get back. So thank you very much, everyone who's joined. We've got 49 in here. I don't know. Yeah, as they were saying on the Shadow live stream, actually what I'll do, I'm in just chatting. It's up to you, because I'm on right now anyway, so I'm playing games. But when I do this is for gaming, and I'll focus on that, but I imagine there's probably a lot of questions. So let's just have it up. But let's go through the questions. Let's thank everyone for being here. Holtz, Tevin, Sultanas, Rain, Luke, Gavin, Patriot Penguin, Mobile Decay, Stadia Gaming, Asasi. How are we doing, everyone? So, yeah, absolutely. Let me know what you think of the announcement, which all of you have been asking me about. I've known for like over a month, I think. The plans changed a couple of times, the dates changed a couple of times. We kind of discussed it. Obviously, whenever there's kind of announcement like this, I'll do a piece of content as well. That's actually going up in 19 minutes, just a recap. So if you missed any of the details, obviously we're going to be talking about it here. And if you're busy now, you've got to leave, then there will be a video going up in now 18 minutes that will just confirm specifications, dates, the rollout plan. What exactly happened? I missed it. So it was, yeah, I should probably start with that. So the announcement was, obviously for a long time, you guys have been asking the plan for Ultra and Infinite with just the boosters being available. The bog standard answer has always been 2021, which is a very big time frame, honestly, when thinking about it, especially because I know how much people want these tiers, which I fully understand, like having used one for this long. It is the tits and the vag, it's that entire frontal area. It's hella good. So yeah, Ultra and Infinite instead of 2021. There is now a rollout plan in place for the US, starting at the end of November, so only a few weeks away. It will first start rolling out in the Chicago data center, and it's going to be like a gradual rollout. Essentially, logistically, there's still parts that need to be delivered and put into place and installed in the various data centers. 2, this is a big endeavor. It's not something you just like flip a switch and pray it goes okay, because you will have issues and you'll have outages, you'll affect everyone. It's like the worst way to do a rollout for any platform, based on like my years of experience of working in releasing platforms and stuff. So what exactly happened? Yep, that is what happened. I am not the only person in Europe with it, as so a couple of the mods have it, and similar to what they talked about with selecting a few people who will they're going to reach out to kind of immediately today, like loyal people. There were some people based in Europe, again, loyal users, people who have been with them a long time, people who are active in the community. I believe there's a few of those, and a couple random as well, because they got like 1 or 2 server racks in Gravesline, which is in Paris. So that's what I'm on at the moment. That's what some people in Europe are on, and some of the mods have been testing. And that is basically the testing that has been taking place up until this point. So when they talk about issues with a certain component, there was an issue with the motherboard, for example, with the first round of components they ordered and testing it and swapping things out. All of that took place kind of in Gravesline in Europe. Oh no, there's copyrighted music. Go away, car. I wonder if that was enough. Run away from the copyright. The stream says I'm playing Assassin's Creed. That's weird. Let's check. I did say reuse settings, but then I also said that I changed it. So let's have a look. You best be lying to me. Mine says, let's talk about shadow announcement. Actually, it said that on Ace's screen as well, didn't it? This is how ill prepared I was. Like I said, I was walking the dog. Does Shadow have an FPS or a resolution limit? So you can change those. Let me just check. Okay, no, it seems to be okay. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to my screen. So it depends on the resolution that you set. So at 1080 you can get 120 hertz FPS, same thing. At 1080, at 4K it is capped at 60 FPS. I mean, as you would have known from the recent console releases, even just this first round of games coming out, it is still very difficult for a piece of hardware to run 4K 60 FPS or above 60 FPS, because even the new gen... Oh, the description says... Yeah, that's fine. I didn't change that. You're in the UK, so who knows? And that's the point. Obviously, when I was talking to them, they were telling me, so this is an announcement for the US. And I was like, okay, but obviously I've got my Europe people in mind. I know there's a split on this channel, I think, of like 55-60% US and the rest kind of UK and spread around Europe. So obviously this is good news for most of the people kind of who subscribe to the channel for the Shadow stuff. For the people in Europe, obviously that was my question. I was like, okay, but what about Europe? Because they're going to ask, and the announcement was here first, so you know that we need some like reassurance. So the reassurance is that, you know, the rollout plan essentially hasn't changed, and it still is 2021, and it will be coming to Europe, to all of the data centers there. If anything, what this does, and I've mentioned this in the video that goes up in a second, but what this does is probably ensures that the European rollout will actually be a bit more seamless. If you think by this point they would have upgraded 4 different like major data centers with all of these new components, they will know the ins and outs of it, the installation, like best setup practice, all of that to get it kind of done as quick as possible. UK needs more love. Yeah. So like I said, this is the plan to get it to Europe as soon as possible. What about the West Coast? So like I said, the rollout plan for US is starting in Chicago end of November. We're done looking at the screen. Why am I at 20? Let's change that. We want to be at like, actually, more like 60. There we go. So starting Chicago, end of November. There are only rough timelines in place for the remaining data centers. So there's the next kind of in parallel, it's looking like Texas and California, which are kind of aimed at mid-December, optimistically mid-December, maybe like end of December. Obviously, December's difficult to roll out anything because there's no one around. It's Christmas. There's no one about. And then it will be New York after that. Again, like close following, but that most likely will be like January, maybe February. But yeah, immediately when they told me the rollout plan, I was like, okay, second wave is Texas. Alfred's going to be happy about that. Just depends on... Have you got one account or 2 account? I was going to say, because E10 took your Shadow Ghost, so he's... if it's just the one account you're sharing, he's probably going to benefit from it more than you are. Am I playing Cyberpunk? I wish. Oh god, I hit Albion. That's bad. This is Watch Dogs Legion. I just thought we'd have something on in the background that I don't have to pay too much attention to, so I can answer any questions where possible. Just tuned into the stream. What's the announcement? Ultra and Infinite tiers coming to the US starting in a couple of weeks. What's the cost to the US? Boost here is, I think the prices are the same Euro US wise. I couldn't find the US dollar version of the picture, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's $12.99 for Boost, $24.99 for Ultra, and $39.99 for Infinite. Let's swap. There it is. It's almost like I had time to prepare for this. So just specification up there as well, in case you wanted to check that out. So obviously the major news is with the Ultra and Infinite tiers, both of those with the CPUs that they're running unlocks ray tracing. So they are equivalents because it is not legal to put consumer grade hardware into commercial servers. So they can't just fill it with RTX 2080s. And that would be extremely expensive. So it's almost like virtual. It will be a big, massive NVIDIA card, split up virtually and assigned, and they're all dedicated as well. So you won't be sharing that GPU with anyone else. And actually a dedicated resource for your Shadow machine, and it runs at the equivalent of these consumer grades. So we've got the RTX 2080 and the Titan RTX. I have Infinite right now. Yes, I always play 1080. Just so my monitor does 4K, but I'm a fan of FPS over fidelity, essentially. So even at 1080, with like the Ultra and Infinite tiers, because of the ray tracing, so I'm on Infinite, I'll always turn on ray tracing, and even at 1080, that helps the picture. So I'm like, okay, well, even without being 4K, it still looks majestic. So I'm not too worried about that. Will they pre-order like Boost? Can you get instant activation? So the current plan with the rollout is that the Ultra and Infinite tiers are exclusive to existing Shadow customers. So this is it's like a reward for loyalty, essentially. So the only way you can get hold of them, you can't just buy straight into the Ultra and Infinite tiers at the moment. That will probably be the plan after this first initial rollout. But while the quantities are limited, you can only upgrade from within your Shadow account if you're already on the Boost tier. And like I said, they'll kind of send out the notifications of when that's available. And it will be first come, first served. And their website will probably go down. Yeah, I'm not sure what their website says anymore. I think there's a couple of things. I've like called out some bugs on their website before. So if the picture is out of date, then it doesn't surprise me. This one was taken from their press release. So this is what they've just sent out to the media, and it will probably appear on kind of like The Verge and places like that, either this evening or tomorrow, however pressing they think this news story is. Am I getting Infinite Ultra? I'm on Infinite already. I've been testing it for them for a while. Yeah, just finding any bugs, reporting that, giving them feedback. I am on Shadow right now. So so what I'm doing is, it actually looks better if I go like that. So I am broadcasting my local machine, which is running the Shadow app. So if I just go like that, you can actually see this is the Shadow application. It's just a window, which I just have full screen when I'm doing the stream. So if you're going from Boost to Infinite, it would just be a case of if you're already on Boost, you already have an account. When it becomes available in your closest data center, they'll send you notification that it's available. Go to the website, you'll see an upgrade option there. So you'll be able to upgrade. It will probably start charging from the next billing month. And then what will happen in terms of like add-ons, if you already have additional storage as part of your subscription, that stays as well. So you'll go up to the new price plus whatever your additional storage price is as well. So it doesn't like cancel each other out just because the Ultra and Infinite tiers come with more storage. How does OBS streaming work on Boost? Is it bottlenecked by the CPU? No, I streamed gameplay on the Boost tier for a long time, and that was without a local machine. That was, I think Ace said on his stream, using the Ghost. I used the Shadow Ghost for absolutely everything for about a year and a half, probably close to 2 years. So it was my primary PC for gaming, for editing, and streaming from that machine as well. So the gameplay and the stream were all coming from that virtual machine in Paris, which is kind of amazing to think about because not in Paris. That works okay, and it's definitely manageable. I've found a better experience going over to using a local machine and broadcasting from there, because it just frees up that additional resource essentially. So my PC is now primarily used for just running these streams. I still do all of my editing, even writing videos and stuff. When my PC boots up, it goes into Shadow. So I'll still use it for everything. It's kind of just like a big box that's here to run the stream. No, so the storage that comes with that tier is what's set. The only thing you can do is add additional storage if you want more, which I think is still priced at like $299 for an additional 256. So a slice of 256 gigs is an additional $299 a month, and then you can add that up to 8 times for an additional 2 terabytes on top of whatever your tier comes with. Using Twitch Studio, I keep meaning to check out NVIDIA Broadcast actually, just for this side of it. Obviously, that was a major point as well actually for moving over to the PC, was that I couldn't use a camera when I was just using the Ghost, and that's local upload limitations, taking the image from the camera and uploading it to the virtual machine to broadcast out on the stream. Local upload wasn't quick enough, so I got like 5 frames a second. It was horrendous. I mean, best value for money is obviously $12.99. If you have a look at the recent video I put out, it is Infinite versus Boost, playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and Boost definitely holds up. You can see from the benchmarking in the top corner that the components are under stress a bit. The CPU mainly. The CPU across the board, they're probably the most out of date of the components across the tiers. I'm aware every time I cough on stream it sounds like I have like a weird tick. It's actually just RTX voice that tries to muffle a cough and turns it into a messed up sound. I've heard it back on the streams. Yeah, Boost holds up. Boost can run Black Ops at max settings and gets a solid 60 FPS. So if you're just interested in maybe not the best fidelity, maxing everything out all the time for years to come, then Boost is absolutely, for the price, the 100% like great option to go for the price. If you do want, like I said, using it for more, you need that extra bit of power. For myself, for editing video, the additional processing power definitely helps, because sometimes I like to play around with some resource heavy components in the videos, so just exporting those definitely helps. Let's betray so yeah, it depends. Like I say, for most people now, the ultimate goal is, right, I've got to see all these games with ray tracing, so the cheapest option to see that would be the Ultra tier. Have I noticed any differences in performance going from PC to using the Ghost? I feel like the picture is sometimes, not sometimes, I feel like the picture is a little bit clearer. Like what I see on screen was slightly clearer from the Ghost, and I feel like that was its local hardware, which its primary purpose is just to do that, versus running the app. The app is probably doing a lot of things in the background. I've definitely got used to it. I've been using this PC for like 3-4 months now. In terms of stability, they're both fine. I had a few issues. Sometimes the app can cause issues if you're using less powerful hardware, but for that reason, they've got like, so we're using the H.264 codec, which is like the highest quality one, but you can swap over to high efficiency H.265 codec, and that makes it run better on less powerful machines. So if you've got an old PC, laptop, I did it on a like a little Android box. Was it Android? No, just a little Windows PC. It was a micro PC, and I managed to run kind of 4K games off of that by using that H.265 codec. Like Harnik said, boost. It says up to 4K. The boost here is recommended that you kind of do 1080p, 1440p at max. Obviously, going up to that, you will possibly see a dip in frame rate, but it's not too bad. How do I make Shadow boot up on my PC at launch? You go into the startup folder of Windows and drop the desktop shortcut into there, and it will boot it up. It will only go as far as Shadow is ready. I still have to click the button and it opens up within like a second, but it just means when I turn on my PC, it opens the launcher, it starts my Shadow machine, and I just need to click a button. Yeah, Luke makes a good point. Majority of users can definitely get by on the boost here. Like I say, it holds up extremely well. What broadband do I have? Here in the UK, it's Virgin Media, and I'm on about 350 down. Well, I'm hoping US orders won't be delayed. One, this was a very big announcement. Two, the majority of the Chicago components are pretty much, or as far as I'm aware, delivered in the process of being installed, and that's why it's kind of ready to go live within the next 2 weeks. Like Chicago's aiming for end of November. Boost works great for mobiles. Okay, yeah, there's lots of people on the Discord. We have our own like Shadow activation channel, but it's just like a Shadow channel as well. If you haven't joined the Discord, come over. If you have any questions for other people who use Shadow, any questions for me, drop it in the Discord. I'm always checking it out. So Luke makes a very good point, and that's a video that I was supposed to do this weekend and was too busy with other stuff. So probably this weekend I'll probably do an iPad one, because they've just done, if it's not out now, it will be out within the next few days, I believe, an iOS update that fixes the cursor lock issue for FPS games on iPhones and iPads. So it means before, because the cursor was locked, you couldn't look around, which kind of stops you playing games. So they Apple fixed that issue with the latest version of iOS. So Shadow have been able to implement that, so they're pushing that update out. So it makes like an iPad an amazing place to play games. I've got like just like this little wireless mouse and keyboard Bluetooth that will go to the iPad, and it makes launching into games a lot easier. And then I can play games on that mouse and keyboard if mouse and keyboard controls are easier for some games. But if not, controller still works fine. Oh, that video was done, or I scheduled it earlier, but I was editing it until, I'm not going to lie, if you've just seen that video, there is a 5-second clip in there that took me an hour, because once I started, I wouldn't fail, and I got a little bit stubborn. All I said was the words gradual rollout. I was like, okay, I need a funny clip to go with that, and I found pandas sliding down a slide, and I was like, that's awesome. So I need to put the ultra and infinite like tags on the pandas. Sounds easy enough, but then all the pandas like overlay each other while they're rolling down the slide. So like, fuck, okay, I've got to start masking out these little labels as as the pandas overlay and do it frame by frame, and it took me an hour. I notice you get like under 30 milliseconds latency. What is your average? So I think you can actually change this. This shows the last hour. Latency. So that's about 32. Anywhere under 40, in my opinion, is a sweet spot for any cloud gaming service. So 32, I'm happy with. I don't feel it like using a controller. My controller is wired as well. I also find helps because you don't have that additional like Bluetooth buffer that's going to introduce any extra latency. But yeah, it seems to be about 30. 30 is absolutely fine for me. I know some people, the US ones, because they're much closer to me. I'm UK to France, so it, you know, that's what causes that latency. But some people are like right next to their US data centers, and they're on like 10 millisecond delay, and I am a little bit jealous. Can I pull up my task manager? I can pull up my task manager. It will pull up my local PC one first, and then my Windows, and then my Shadow one. So we can go to performance. Oh, weird. Local task manager doesn't show. Weird. Okay. So this is just what it's doing at the moment. Obviously, while we've got a game running in the background, we're not streaming or anything from here at the moment. That's coming from the local machine. So this is just having the game up, a couple of Chrome windows as well. CPU running 20%. Yeah. Memory about right. So as I said, this is the infinite tier. So we have got 18 available, 13. Yeah, 32 gigs. That checks out. And because it's the Titan, so it's RTX 6000 Quadro is the industry version of it, but it works out to be the equivalent of the Titan RTX, and that is barely being touched because it is a powerhouse. I think Overwatch was only an issue for a little while, sometime last year. Last time I played Overwatch was only like a month or so ago, so it runs fine. The only ones I'm aware of that have an issue, like Chinese companies, are starting to become an issue, I think. But there's only two that I know of that don't work on Shadow, which is Valorant and Genshin Impact. So there we go. Android box working better. Actually, the one of the best, and I don't have it, and I keep looking out for it, and I want to get it at like a decent price because it's about 300 quid. But one of the best components that gets recommended to me across the board for all of the cloud gaming services is the Nvidia Shield TV Pro. I think that's the way around the words go. The Pro version of that one, it's just an Android OS, so you can either find most of the cloud gaming apps from the App Store. What's it called? Play Store? Play Store. If it's not on there, it's super easy to sideload. But especially if you're doing like GeForce Now on that, it's got the 4K upscaling using AI. So it's not putting any strain on the actual game itself. It's just using AI to upscale your content to 4K, which is super cool. Is that mouse and keyboard support for Nvidia Shield TV Pro? I think that's the order those words go in. Red Dead Redemption, the R Star Edition doesn't work either. I've not heard of that one yet. I will be honest. Yeah, Stadia is not easy to sideload anywhere, or get out of my way, lady, or use. I was actually just going to go get some tech points while we were doing this. Hello. Okay, different one. There we go. Nice. Yeah, and that's what I mean. People like Kobe are who I am jealous of. Like a 30-minute drive to the nearest data center is going to give you that 10 to 15 millisecond latency, which is like pure gold. Like I say, for me, it's going across, I guess you could call it an ocean. UK to France. It's not too bad. The train takes me an hour and something. And that's the Eurostar, so that's how far away it is. Is it bad that I like Legion better than Valhalla? I'm glad somebody said it. I've been playing this more because it came out first and I didn't want to just drop it and leave it, because that seemed a bit, let's go to Buckingham Palace, that's nice. I didn't just want to like drop it. But also, from the first few streams of Valhalla that I did, I don't like it. And I said this on stream, that like, any of the Assassin's Creed games I've never really got on with, and I'm aware the mechanics have changed over time, and like, you know, they've done some stuff and some things, but I'm not a fan. Can I just get under the gate? No, I can't. Okay, let's chuck it over the gate. Scotland to Amsterdam is 28 milli. Everyone's got a better latency than me, to be honest. So we're using me as an example, and I've probably got one of the worst case scenarios. So yeah, take all of my stuff with a grain of salt, pinch of salt. Put some salt on it. Get salty. Where is that tech point? 18, there. It's a cloak. I see it. Well, that was nice and easy. Well, there's no saving you. Let's... Hiya! Let's do a nice face hug. Literally, everyone is closer to a data center than I am. I'm not jealous. It's fine. Can Shadow be installed on the shield? Yes, it can. I think that one doesn't need to be side-loaded. That is just from the Play Store, because it's on all applications, pretty much. Like, Shadow is a place where you can pretty much guarantee you can use it on most of your machines, because it's Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, and even Linux. So it's a very good point. 28 bytes. I'm interested to see what happens this week. I'm listening intently because tomorrow is Stadia's 1-year anniversary. So I feel like they got to do something. It has not been the best year since launch. And I know a lot of people think that I'm like a Stadia hater. I am one of their biggest fans because I've been paying for it since day one, the Pro subscription. And I want them to do well because I actually really enjoy using it for like ease of use. It's one of the quicker ones to just like launch into. So when I use the TV, it's the one I use on the TV most often because it's easy to throw up there. But it's their library, it's their business model that they need to look at, especially now that Luna is like literally they started rolling out within like a week or so. Their library is all included with the subscription, and they were first to get the Ubisoft library as well. So Stadia has been talking about Ubisoft for nigh on a year now, probably before its release. And then Amazon rocked up and went, here's our service, we're rolling it out, oh, and here's Ubisoft. I feel like I'm standing within earshot of a copyrighted song. Let's just stand here, shall we? So yeah, listening out. I'm expecting something this week. I'm also hoping for something this week from PlayStation Now. I feel like they said something about an announcement following the PlayStation 5 to do with PlayStation Now. PlayStation now is at the bottom of the list for me in terms of performance, in terms of the library is pretty big, but it is also filled with 80% trash. It's super inconsistent because they just roll stuff in and out and don't really give you that much warning. So that is at the bottom. But the last thing I heard of it in terms of like rumors is that they were going to be doing PlayStation 5 demos that you could stream instantly without having to download. And the only way you can stream a PlayStation 5 game, even just a chunk of it, is if you've got a hell of a good streaming platform in place. I'm going to pause that because I'm pretty sure it's getting me copyrighted. Nice. So Rain's got the Premier Edition. So if you are a YouTube Premium subscriber for Stadia, if they still have stock of it, definitely check that out. I'm thinking Uplay Plus will come tomorrow. It was supposed to come December, I think. I think it was reported December 10th. My memory's not that good. Yeah, I thought they were December. Somebody, because obviously doing the podcast and all of the guys on there all have their different sources. So somebody mentioned them talking about their next gen stuff. I don't know. I honestly don't know if Stadia will announce next gen stuff. If they do, I feel like they should have been hyping it up more than they did with like the 3-day good stuff event and like their last few connects. They like put all of the marketing behind that and built up the hype train, and then they all like under delivered. So I feel like if they were going to drop something like next gen tomorrow, this would be the completely opposite way around. They would just go silent and then just go, yeah, couldn't do next gen. So oh no, Shadow's in here. I think we should stop talking smack about them then, maybe. PlayStation now is overdue for an update. Yeah, definitely. To be honest, because I haven't bought a next gen console yet, so and I'm still torn between the Series X and the PlayStation 5. But everything that comes to Xbox will come to Microsoft, like Windows. So I will be playing it on Shadow anyway. So there's no thinking about it. Somebody pointed this out to me on stream. There was like, it all comes to Game Pass, and I was like, it's a very good point. So I might get the PlayStation 1 just for the PlayStation, not the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation, full stop, 1 because of the exclusives that I won't be able to play on PC. And 2, just in, fingers crossed, in the hopes that Sony have kind of got their heads screwed on and they know that streaming is such a lucrative platform and they're going to do something with PlayStation now. Starbucks, thank you very much. I appreciate that, dude. Mobile Decay, you tell him. Get both. I am not made of money. You know where I work. Stadia stuff. One programmer and a tester that doesn't really like gaming. Nice, nice. Can you run PlayStation 5 games on Shadow? There is no way to do that. If they did their PlayStation Now stuff and it ran PlayStation 5 content and they still did a Windows application, then yes. And I feel like you people with better latency than me, it potentially is viable. When I tested it, I tried to do Spider-Man and there was a 2-second, like the first Spider-Man, there was a 2-second delay between me hitting a button and it registering because it was going my controller to Shadow servers to PlayStation servers to register to then come all the way back. It's a long round trip. Video on the announcement. Yeah, that should have gone up 20 minutes ago. Somebody said they watched it, so I'm assuming it's up. I'm going to run away from this area because I feel like there is a lot of... I'm getting closer to whatever this copyrighted music is. Let's just run. You can stream PlayStation 5 console to PlayStation 4 console. I actually didn't know that. I've seen a couple of reviews because I hadn't decided and I'm not planning on getting one of them. I've avoided as much content as I would be consuming if I'd made a decision. If I had gone like, all right, PlayStation 5, I would have watched every video out there. But because I'm like in that in-between stage, I've just gone, and not really watched a lot. But I'm hearing there's a lot of cool additional features that they do. I like their like stream connect to other players. You can have like a group going, see each other's screen and like jump in and watch. Shadow is my next gen. Absolutely. That's probably why I haven't got one. Like why I wasn't desperate to get a next gen console day one, because we're talking about, oh, it can run Watch Dogs Legion at 4K with ray tracing. Well, so can I right now, and have done since it came out. So and I've got, it's hard to, there's a spot on here and I can't remember where it is. It's some kind of taxi service. It is a big map, and I can't remember where the taxi service is. But I was doing a mission, I was up on their roofs, and they've got vents. And the vents were literally mirrors. Like, I don't know why they put so much effort on top of a roof for an area that... I know it wasn't even part of the mission. It didn't tell me to go there. It was just off to the side, and I ended up there, and I was like, holy shit, the reflection of this because of the ray tracing is... it was pretty cool. Let's hack you. Whoops, he's had an accident. How's the new Watch Dogs? And how would I rate it out of 10? I prefer it to Valhalla. It's got better since they patched it. I had a few bugs the first week of release. I'd give it like an 8, 7 or an 8. High. It's a high rating. Even single board computers. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think if you go delve more into the depths of Reddit, the people who do like the true experimentation will like give their honest opinions about running it on like a Raspberry Pi and stuff. Last I heard, even like that H.265 high efficiency setting, it still wasn't enough to get it to run on like super microscopic hardware like a Raspberry Pi, but some people do. So I don't know what the difference is. It might be the hardware. Do I feel Infinite is worth the price versus Ultra? Infinite is definitely bespoke. I feel like you've got to have a reason to need Infinite, other than just the fact that I want it, which is a pretty big reason. But in terms of the performance that it's packing and that price for it, I think you're paying about you're paying fairly for it, for the components, but I think you need a good reason to warrant that price every month. Like, you need to be doing some, not even video editing, I would say I don't fully utilize the capacity of it. You need to be doing some like 3D rendering, modeling, animation type Pixar doodad bullshit to fully warrant that kind of hardware. Have I tried Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Apple Cloud gaming competitors to Shadow? How do they compare? There is a video on the channel that compares the majority of those, because I either try them all or actually actively subscribe and use most of them as well. So I'm a Ultimate Game Pass subscriber, which gets me access to xCloud, which I still find kind of patchy. That's the one I go to when I go to play games on my phone. It's just one of the easier ones to kind of launch into. It's hit and miss. I think it might depend on which server I connect to for them, but it can be spotty. Google is Stadia. Again, I'm a Stadia Pro subscriber. I check it out once a month for the pro games, and we usually do a stream of it if you're ever interested and wanted to check those out. Amazon I can't get access to yet. It is US only, unfortunately. And GeForce Now, pretty much everything I own is on GeForce Now, but I don't use it as often as I should because I can't get a good performance out of it for some reason. I need to spend some time tweaking it, and I have not had time. Is Shadow Infinite the only one with RTX? No. The Ultra tier is running the RTX 2080, so that will still get you ray tracing. Infinite is running the Titan RTX, so it will do all the same things, but bigger. Go to make movies with Infinite. Well, that's a good reason then. If that's what you want to tell yourself to justify it, then xCloud isn't working good yet. Yeah, like, I like the model they're building out, and it's definitely on its way. And I'm excited to see what happens next year, because they are upgrade. Right now, it's running off of not Series S, Xbox One S hardware, which is like 1.2 teraflops or something like that. So it's. I almost feel like it was like their leftover One S stock that they stuck in a server blade just to launch it. So it's not powerful, and their networking stuff, I think is probably where... I actually don't know what they're using in terms of networking. It's obviously not Amazon. Oh, it's Azure. It's Microsoft. They're using Azure. Azure's pretty big, so I don't know why they struggle in terms of performance so much, but next year they'll go to Series X hardware in the server blades, and that will be amazing. And hopefully they find a way to make Azure run a bit more efficiently. I don't know. But what you'll probably find is, once we start getting access to Amazon Luna, then the Amazon, I can't remember the name of their network, it's basically 12 times bigger than the next competitor. So coverage and performance and efficiency and all of that in terms of their streaming like won't be an issue. Okay, Mobile Decay's got access to Amazon Luna. Works well, but there's not a good library. Yeah, their base library, nothing sticks out to me really other than Control. There's a couple of others in there. I think Control is like their poster boy for a service. But for absolutely everyone, I'd probably recommend the Ubisoft Plus subscription, which is how I'm playing this right now, because I've paid 12 quid, I think it's 12.99, and within that first month, it has got me Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which for PC total cost should have been like 110, 115, 120 quid, something like that. So I paid 12 quid instead of 120 quid. And we get Immortals in, what is it, like 3 weeks? So hope Series X fixes the latency and image quality. And the library as well. The library's already pretty decent. But once you get that kind of next-gen hardware into the server blades as well, it should hopefully open up the library. How is latency when playing FPS shooters like Battlefield 1? So if you actually went back to a stream I did, it's either the end of Monday's stream, or it was Friday or Saturday or something. It was Friday. We did Call of Duty. I'm very average at Call of Duty. Borderline suckage. But when we did multiplayer, and this is, like we said, this is with my latency, which is around 30. There's people saying they get 10, 15, 20, which is much better than me. But I won most of my one-on-one encounters. So if latency was an issue, then it would have been horrendous to watch, and it would have been horrendous to play. So yeah, FPS games aren't really an issue as far as I'm concerned. Which shadow would you need to use Steam VR? You can get away with Boost, absolutely. VR games currently don't use that much power. Which is why a lot of them kind of opt for these like cartoony type graphics. We're not quite there in terms of rendering ray tracing in 3 dimensions, for example. So the boost here, you can absolutely play Half-Life Alyx on boost. Stadia lacks games at the moment, and it's more like playing with a console than a PC. The games are weaker for Stadia, and most options in games are locked. Yeah, like a lot of the things I see at the moment is something comes to Stadia, and they kind of shout about it, like, we have it. But then fail to mention, but we've capped it at 30 FPS. Because it doesn't run properly. Like with Pro, I get 4K, but there's an extension I've installed for Stadia that will give you the stats of your game, and a lot of stuff, even though I'm at 4K, doesn't run at 4K. or it takes a while to build its way up. It will start at 720 and like build its way up, which is a little bit weird. But even in that case, like a lot of their, which is a Destiny 2 or something that's just come out, is capped. It might have even been Valhalla. I can't remember. Tomorrow I'm only playing on Stadia for the birthday. And they've got oh no, Alfred is trying to post something and Streamlabs is getting mad. I don't know what it is. Adam, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. I tried CSGO on GeForce Now. Only difference I noted was the software of my gaming mouse was not supported, so the mouse felt like I could. That's weird. I mean, because I use controller for most things now. I was always mouse and keyboard before. So only recently we've gone to controller for like absolutely everything. Where we're just sitting here looking at my, I mean, maybe people want to see the bandwidth and frame rates that it's sat at. Oh, link to the Shadow blog announcement. I mean, I can post that maybe, probably, somewhere. Shadow community forum. Is it on the community forum, I imagine? I think their AMA on Reddit has finished now as well. That was with their CTO, JB. Here we go. I got it. Copy link. I wonder if it lets me do it, or if it can tell me off. Like, bitch, I own you. There we go. BDO Droid, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. I think you are currently beating Alfred for... I can't tell, I do my stream. Yeah, you're still there. His name is... right there. They run your channel. I feel like YouTube runs me. That's how that relationship works. Let's find some more tech points. Not that one. I feel like we just ran away from that one for copyright reasons. Here we go. Kodesh, somebody else mentioned that on Reddit. I don't actually think I don't own it on PC. Last time I played Red Dead was on PlayStation 4 Pro. So I haven't been able to check it. I saw somebody else said that though, and I don't know why it would just be Red Dead and not like Rockstar Games as a whole. Raylix, yeah, so my latency, we were just saying, mine is, it averages about 30, 31. This is for the last hour. We can kind of see what it is right now. 32, 31. So this is like second by second. Bearing in mind, I am in the UK kind of southeast, and it's going to Gravesline, France and Paris. So it's still a fair distance for me, but there are a lot of people in the US who pretty much live next door to the data center. I'm not jealous, but they get like 10 milliseconds. It's a little bit crazy. There we go. Yeah, people have already put in the chat and made me feel bad by their low latencies. Oh god. If I'm going to crash into anything, I'm glad it's an ambulance. Oh wait, no, this isn't where I wanted to go. I was going to go there. Whoop. So Nelson, how far do you know how far away you are from the closest data center? And as well, of course, your local internet speed has like everything to do with it as well. Like the better internet you have, the better experience you're going to have across the board with any cloud gaming service, really. See, when I have to swap between this and Valhalla, I forget that run on this is right trigger and not that. That's crouch. How far can you throw this? Yeet! Mentioned more stuff coming as well. He hasn't told me about any more stuff, so I am unable to comment on more stuff. My latency used to be 25, but it's been steadily rising over 40. I mean, 40 is still within the sweet spot. I don't know why it would be rising though, other than if it's recently, you might actually find that lockdown and your local ISP plays a big influence. Just everyone working from home, everyone is on their internet day in, day out, and it will just hammer your local ISP. I've got to stop sitting with my knee up. That's a young man's game. I live in West Virginia, US. Closest server to me is Chicago and New York. And I also get the same about 30 seconds. 30%. Yeah, so 30 seconds. Nice. California sinking into the ocean, getting farther and farther away. Maybe. That will do it. That will definitely do it. Oh, hello. Yeet! Face hug. Does it ever pixelate playing games? Not while actively playing. The only time I see it is if something moves very quickly, and I see this across the board with all cloud gaming services. It's that like instant change, and it takes a second to catch up. So if I like go in and out of that really quick, then sometimes I will see a pixelation, but it never like deteriorates while I'm playing. And especially now, sometimes what will cause that is your like a decreased performance in your local internet. But if you've got the most recent update, then we've got this adaptive bitrate, which will change your bandwidth based on the local network speed you're getting, so that it doesn't do that. It will just adapt and deal with it. Valhalla looks nice, and there's definitely obviously people who like fucking love it, but I can't get to grips with it. I don't know if it's the mechanics or what, but how am I getting over there? Have I not upgraded that to be able to betray turrets yet? I thought I had. Create a custom resolution of 1080p and 463 Hz. It only works on Shadow. It makes everything buttery smooth, even on crappy Wi-Fi. There's a tip. There's a tip. I mean, we're set to 60. I think my screen only does 60 as well. I didn't show. I've got like an Acer 4K monitor, so I paid for the 4K, but didn't splash for like didn't splash for the higher refresh rate. And I kind of, well, one, I regret that, and two, I hate my monitor because I scratched it, and it's all I can see. It's kind of like when you get a dead pixel, and you can't notice anything but that dead pixel. It's like that, but it's a scratch. Make it. Oh, come on, you can make that. You can definitely make that. Maybe if I land on that box. Nope, that's not a thing. What if your internet was 1 gig, just like Shadow? Would it give you lower latency? Speed helps to a certain point. It's still going to... The shadow latency, though, is still a big factor of that. Is still going to play into how far away you are from that data center, how far that data has to travel from your input to registering on the virtual machine. I think my monitor is 28. I'm not sure. Come on. This is clearly the way you're supposed to go. How else am I supposed to... I mean, you're not actually supposed to use a spider bot for everything, but it's just gonna want me to like go in as in person. That sounds horrible. Where's my spider bot? He's miles away. Well, there we go. So if that I'm actually going to give that a go. That 463 hertz workaround. I'm actually screenshotting that right now on my laptop, so I don't forget. Yeah, absolutely. That is essentially how you measure latency. It's the distance. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go in here. I made her wear the mask. I thought those were the rules. Is that not the case? Am I mistaken? Alright. So I'm allowed in here. Where am I not allowed? Where's restricted? Okay, we're allowed up to here. Let's, we could just... Hi, friend! Oh god. No! Okay, I don't know, make you betray them as well. She is social distancing, that's why she uses a spider bot for absolutely everything. I like how I'm standing like right out the front, and I like, who could be doing this? The person on their phone? Oh, my spider bot is still there. You there! Alright, stick out as many of them as possible, and then I can actually warp a physical body in there. Although I do feel like I've kicked up some shit in here now. And they're going to be alert. Look at these ray tracy puddles though. To give away. I don't know, does it work if I type it? I know it takes Streamlabs a second to register it. If not, if you type exclamation, or what I just type, exclamation giveaway, it will post the link in the chat and you'll be able to do it from here. Don't have to leave at all. Please don't go. You ain't seen nothing. Oh wait, who's shooting? Oh, this dude.
Sending location on a 1033. Advise conditions.
Oop. Come on, you're better than this. Oh no. Dodge. Yeet. Yeah, we're going guns. Why is he invisible? That's no fair. Arrested? Damn it. I understand some of the words that you said about using a VPN. I ultimately wouldn't recommend it. There we go. So the giveaway link is now in the chat, and yeah, it is for.
Have London rents really gotten that bad?
Well, fuck. Let's get this over with then.
Anyway, it is the first place gets the keyboard and mouse, Logitech G513 keyboard and G503 mouse, and a month of boost, and 9 runners up win a free month of boost. I use pCloud for all of my file transfer stuff, actually. I actually didn't check their storage, and I bought Google Drive storage, I think like 2 terabytes last week. I probably should have checked pCloud, because I use them for absolutely everything else, because obviously I record all of my footage locally and need to get it up to Shadow to edit. So I used to just, because you can do USB over IP, I used to just plug it in locally, port forward it to Shadow, and it would pick it up as a USB device, and then transfer it over. But that uses your local upload speed, which takes it would take me about 2 hours, I think, usually, to upload some footage. So now I just, with the local machine, because I didn't have a local machine before, I couldn't do it, but now I do. I transfer the footage to there, it takes like a second, and then go to pCloud and it takes like 2 minutes. Which is both good, but it also sucks because that long data transfer time was like the only time I gave myself a break. Ooh. No! I'm listening to his argument more. Kobe, if you go up in the chat a little bit, the link to the giveaway should be in there. I feel like there is definitely a way to get my spider drone up there. And to be fair, I didn't see these stairs before, so I think this is it. That's just a doctor. That's fine. Where is it? It's further up. Oh, no, we can make that. There's a box. Can we make that? Yeet. Oh, what? So we have to go inside. Oh, oh. Shh, 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 shh. Sleepy time. Is Shadow good at recording live streams? My PC lags if I record and play games. Yeah, because what you will find, recording footage actually takes a lot of CPU, GPU. It takes a lot of processing power, so it takes that away from the game you're playing. So even the footage that I think the last video I did was probably the Boost versus Infinite. All of that footage was recorded locally, just recording the screen, and then full screened Shadow. So Shadow's only job was running the game, and then my PC's only job was doing the recording, or doing the live stream as it's doing right now. So Shadow's playing this game, and my PC is 100% being utilized for the live stream now. Activate a mic on your phone for Shadow. How are you plugging in a mic to... Oh, what, using the microphone on your phone, forwarding it to Shadow? Oh, giveaway. No, there should be a couple of... So name and email, should register you so that you can then enter. And then it's whatever entry steps you want to do. There's So Vast is hosting it for me. So there's a couple of entry options for following them on social media, and there's some stuff for following me, some stuff for following Shadow. So every single one of those is an entry. So obviously, the more entries you got, the more chance you got of winning. Okay, have we found out how to get down? There should be like a pipe or an opening. That's what she said. I can't see one. The best thing I ever upgraded on this bot was the sprint. It is a powerhouse. What is this? It's a box of bullets. Major problems when trying to use Facecam. Weird. Also try installing a virtual audio cable on your Shadow. Yeah, I mean, sometimes other people are much better versed at giving you advice than I am. How does it expect me to get in there? That unlocked something. Just unlocked the door over there. There is literally a spider bot call station here, so they expect you to use a spider bot in this area to get to that tech point. I just don't know where it is. I mean, I can see the vents. I can see that you can get in there. Ah! Sneaky son of a bitch. How does it expect me to get in there? That's what she said. Oh god, what is... That is... Okay. That. Please don't blast me. Sprint! Wait for it, wait for it. Sprint! This isn't it either! I saw there was another direction. Maybe there was a turn somewhere. Here? No, that's just what I was peeking into before. Confusion. Oh god. Yeah. Okay, I might give up with this one. Let's just... That one? Still on. Ah, okay. And then... It's very hard to pick up on. I think it might be doing it at the moment. Maybe it's not doing it. It does happen on some of the live streams. One issue I have with my Infinite tier, and I'm pretty sure I'm just a super special case and really fucking lucky. Occasionally for like a 3-4 minute period, I'll get like some staticky audio. And because I broadcast like... Oh god, the music's going to play. No, it's not. Because I broadcast everything as I hear it and see it, it comes across on the streams. But one, it doesn't happen to me on any of my other tiers, so it's very specific to my Infinite setup. And two, like I said, I'm on the Gravesline Europe ones that were set up purely as like a test. So I'm pretty sure it's local to me. What is it, Doug? I don't think there's anyone here. Should I going to have the RTX 30 series in the future? It is a very good question. There are no immediate plans to do it because obviously they've literally just got all of the components to do the RTX ones. And from a financial business perspective, it would be irresponsible to upgrade that like every time something changed to like across all of your servers and every component and chuck out everything and buy new ones. So they do have to be quite selective with it. So I don't know. There's no immediate plans is all I'm aware of at the moment. But it doesn't mean they won't like maybe wait for like a mid-generation refresh and do it then. But again, that's like my speculation, not something that they've told me about. Setting the audio quality to regular in settings should fix that issue. I've tried a couple of different things because you can do high quality audio and regular audio, and it's done it on both of those. And you can also set your performance preference to prefer speed and prefer performance, and it also does it on both of those. It's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one. Stop playing the radio. Just gonna have to keep talking over the radio. Okay, well, let's just abandon the spider bot. What GPUs does maximum setting use? Using the 3000, how is that for commercial use by NVIDIA? GPUs for maximum settings, so they've got their AMD tiers and their NVIDIA tiers, so I can't remember what their Radeon cards are. The NVIDIA ones, I think they've got the 1080, the 2080. I think 2080 is like their highest card. But they are doing, because they're Canadian based at the moment, so they're fine for people who are kind of Northern America, like North America, not North America. That makes no sense. People who are close to the like Canada basically are fine with it. I know like Jerry from Game Tech Planet is, I think he is Jersey, and his connection is absolutely fine. But they are coming to Europe. They said by the end of 2020. I haven't heard anything though, but they'll be opening something in Lisbon, which will be their European data center. And the idea with that is because it was a brand new data center, they were actively like planning it so that they would put all of the pieces together after the AMD announcement. So their plan was to acquire the big Navi cards. I haven't caught up with them. I can't even remember what they're called. The 5900s, something of that nature. You might be able to hear that clicking a bit more now. It's just peaked a little bit, and then it will like go away in a couple of minutes. But it only happens to me. Yeah, like I said, with the current setup, even the boost here with the 1080, like I said, I had threw Black Ops at it. I cranked up every setting as high as it would go, and still got a solid 60 FPS. So just because there is new hardware that has come out, it's not essential. It doesn't mean like you're not going to be able to... Oh, we've already tried this one. It doesn't mean you won't be able to play any of the new games without upgrading to it. Like old stuff is... Because even locally, I've only got... I mean, I don't play anything locally, but RTX 2080 Super. And I bought that just before the NVIDIA announcements because I was like, well, one, I know I'm not going to get my hands on one because of scalpers and availability in general. And two, it just felt unnecessary, mainly because what I said about this local machine, it's basically just a streaming rig. I didn't really need a 3090 to run the stream. It could run like 5 streams. Did I not say like 20 minutes ago that I've got to stop sitting with my leg up like a dick because I'm too old for that game? I'm not a fan of the maximum settings pricing model per hour because yeah, like it would give me anxiety. I would feel like unless I'm like, I would have to ask myself like, am I really using it? Am I just sitting here and kind of browsing and pissing around? And it's costing me per hour to do so. So I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm just going to turn it off, and turn it off as often as I could to kind of save on that. So that's, for some people, that's fine. For some people, they've got like hardware for everything else and they know they're only going to use it to game, and they know their schedule and they know they've got like 3 hours a week to game. So, you know, 3 times whatever the tier price is can be absolutely fine for them. But like I say, because it is the same as Shadow, it's a PC. So because you can use it for those other things, like I say, I would feel anxious about using it for like general use. I'd be like, oh god, it's costing me a lot. Hide.
Control, I'm locking the spider.
No, you're not. Depending on where you are, Ultra and Infinite are coming to the US starting in Chicago end of November, so a couple of weeks from now. Then hopefully simultaneously to Texas and California. The current aim is December. If not, worst case, probably early January. And then New York after that. Again, they're kind of estimating January, February, but these are all just shh, 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 shh. Sleep now, drone. Am I in the right place? Half of this game is just playing with a spider drone, and I'm okay with that. Oh, where did my audio just go? Anyone else? Audio? Gone? Just me? FPS. For some reason that's showing 45. I don't think I am. Can you pay monthly or yearly for Shadow? Both. Whichever you want. Let me try and refresh the stream. I don't know why my audio's just gone. There we go. Again, those audio issues seem very specific to me. Am I on ultra settings? This is as high as Watch Dogs Legion will go in terms of quality. So it's custom because I've set everything to ultra, turned on all the fancy stuff other than motion blur. Motion blur can suck a dick. Ray tracing. Yeah, everything is pretty much up as high as possible. Now I just need you to... There we go, walk forward a little bit. Nice. Where is that? 8 meters away that way? Oh god, I shouldn't have jumped down. I feel like I'm stuck down here. Hi friend. How good does VR run? Exceptionally well. Because you can play Steam VR games which run slightly higher than like native Quest games. Okay, now we can get back up. Again, VR kind of depends on your internet, so where you would recommend like 15 to 35 for like local Shadow. For VR, I'd recommend speed more around... Hello? Can I pick it up from here? No, go around. VR, you probably want to be closer to the 100 down speed. And you've got a couple of options for VR streaming through Shadow. The best way at the moment is virtual desktop, because the guy who does that has been working on it for so long now. I think he works on it by himself, but I don't know what he does. It's freaking witchcraft, but it's pretty cool. Shadow are obviously doing their own version of it, which is in open alpha at the moment, so it's available to try. You do have to like sideload it onto the Quest, set up your Shadow in a certain way, so it is very much test at the moment. The like delay is actually, like, surprisingly for something that's in test, is actually pretty fucking good. It's just the kind of reliability of it and the general like setup and getting into it obviously isn't polished because it's open alpha. Partner up with Razer to recognize the keyboards. It should. It's just, if it's just a USB peripheral, using USB over IP should literally pick up anything. I don't know why it wouldn't specifically pick up Razer devices. I haven't heard that one before. But either the Shadow Community Forum or Reddit collectively has tested every piece of hardware between like the community as a whole. So if there's something you're having issues with, or... I'm pretty sure I've tried this one before and it was a pain in the butt. Oh, Dylan, so no, the announcement wasn't VR. I mean, they'd be keeping that quiet just because it is in open alpha and it's not in the best state, so they don't advertise it at the moment. If you wanted to give it a try, you can, but it's, like I said, very much test. The announcement was Ultra and Infinite Tiers coming to the US, starting in a couple of weeks. Just got my Shadow in the UK, and it's amazing, fast for 20 ping. Not good enough for esports, but still really fast. Yeah, everyone's got better ping than me, literally. I am about 32, and that's on 350 meg down, and I am southeast. What are you doing? Hi, homeless guy. Alright. I mean, if you could get your hands on a 3070, and yeah, I mean, because I'm a big fan of local hardware as well, which is why I eventually built my own rig as well. For me, for the channel, it makes sense to have something local. One, helps with testing. Two, helps with the live streams and transferring footage over. But then my PC is on my PC. Like, you could maybe do that Steam remote if you wanted to play it somewhere else. But at least Shadow, I can like log on to the instance on whatever app I have on whatever phone, if that made sense in English. Will the activation period go away? Fingers crossed eventually. It is literally because right now the demand outweighs the available hardware, because you get your own dedicated hardware with Shadow essentially. So that is it. The data centers are like at capacity. They can put more hardware in, but as they do, everything kind of inflates. So logistically, the amount of electricity they're going to spend, the amount of cooling they need to do, probably even like stuff that we wouldn't even think of, like, okay, there's additional hardware that's gonna impact insurance on the data center because it's more, there's more expensive stuff in there now, and more hardware creates more heat and there's more of a fire hazard and things like that. I mean, they have, I think it's like liquid nitrogen gas that detects anything over like a certain temperature and will just go. So most of the, like, so if there is a fire in their data center, basically it should only impact like a rack and not like the data center as a whole would like catch on fire. It will go away till their next big announcement. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Or until the next time they partner with like Linus Tech Tips again, and he'll mention it in a video and it will go back up. I do not condone Bitcoin mining on Shadow because it is against the terms of service. It isn't on maximum settings, though. I did do it on maximum settings for a bit. Oh, God. Oh, no, I fell. I don't know how to get to this one. I don't know where it is. It's up there, but... Oh. I mean, this isn't the way to do it, but it might be a way. So close. Maybe... rest on that. Oh, God. I can definitely do this, 100%. I can do this. Bit more, bit more. No, bit more. Oh, there we go. Oh, you son of a... Ah, alright, I give up. Fuck it. On to the next one. Right, I'm going to be live for about another 15 minutes. Because I forgot to do an important bodily function today, which is... makes it sound like pooping. It's eating. I haven't eaten. So I need to do that and work out, and... I don't have a video to edit. I probably have like 1,000 of them to write, but I don't have anything to edit right now. That's that doesn't happen a lot. I'll cut myself some slack. I put out a video an hour ago. I'm not a machine. Get to pooping. I don't need to poop yet. I'll put it on Twitter when I do. Actually, if you see me tweet, it usually means I'm pooping anyway. I don't have to poop. I'll tell you if I do. Sorry, I didn't need to lean on the horn there. Okay, this seems easier to get to, wherever this one is. One, it's not a restricted area, so I'm allowed to just walk in. It's on top of their speakers. There we go, an easy one, I think. No, it's going to prove me wrong, isn't it? Why can't I? It's underneath, isn't it? I need a spider bot. Where is it? I spoke too soon, it's not an easy one. Why is she going on about spreadsheets? Okay. Well, let's try... It's probably some kind of entrance up here. That's what she said. That will let me go in. That's what she said. There. Found it. Ooh. Did I miss something? Nope. Yep. No. Ah. These tech points are getting like harder and harder to get. I think I might have just done like the easy ones as I went along. There we go. I could add a "that's what she said" counter. I don't know how I would get it to add up though. There's probably like a keyboard command I could do to keep putting it up. That's what she said. See? Okay, we should... Holy shit, I didn't realize how long I've been collecting tech points for. I've done it a couple of times just because I'm not procrastinating the story, just kind of wanted to do like a bit of a completionist job on here. And the tech points are actually quite a lot of fun, so... we want to hack the turrets so that they shoot people and I don't have to do it. It's going to be hijacked. We also want that. That's going to be like all of our tech points. Jam an enemy's gun. No, I think that might actually be the one to do. What's this one? I don't need to recruit any more people, I've got plenty. Okay, let's do that one, and then save up for it betraying people. Nope, nope. This one? There we go. Next. Nice roll. Nice roll. Sharp turn coming up. Build up some speed. I find this with the AI in this game. There's like a shocked kind of reaction that you get when you drive past them. But a lot of times it leads to them stepping out in front of your car. Like, oh my god, it's somebody driving erratically. Let me walk in front of them. Oh, there's a nice bike there as well. Okay, where are we going? It's going to be right at the top. There it is. Of course it is. So we could either swap to our construction worker and try and walk in there, or same as everyone, the construction workers don't give a shit about the spider bot. So I could just send him in. Spider bot. Oh god, where did I throw him? I think I might have got him stuck. I've had a couple of bugs like that as well, where I've just chucked the spider bot somewhere and it's stuck in the terrain. Take him out. Yeah, I don't think it's me who should be watching where I'm going. It is definitely the pedestrians. Is that network access storage? I'm just guessing what that acronym means. And I call myself a nerd. I actually don't know what that means. Okay. There we go. Network attached storage. Thank you. I'd be smart. I actually did like IT in college. Whoops. Hey, they never taught me what network attached storage was. I don't remember what you said. So no, because I've never heard of it, I've definitely never tested it. Ooh. Run. Haha, you stupid. I think they're aware. But we need to keep going up. Where's the stairs? Found them. I can't actually see where people are. There we go. Like I said, if I didn't have an answer to something, somebody else has tried it. We're going still further up. Okay, okay. I wonder if cloaked I can get through here. Yes, I can. Nice. Damn it, you need to be a person. There's a lot of these where they're like, it's aimed towards you playing as the spider bot to go get the thing, but a lot of times you'll get like halfway there and you're like, oh good, a ladder. I am useless. Right, I'm going to call it there then, since Spiderbot is useless. He can go die in there as far as I'm concerned. And I've been talking for 103 minutes now with very little voice left. Yeah, my eyes hurt. That's a very good point. I'm not gonna go poop. No, I'm good. I'm still good. I'm gonna go eat though. But thank you for joining. Hopefully everyone is excited about the news. If Luke did say something else about other news, it's not something I've heard of. So if I find out anything that I'm allowed to tell you, then obviously I'll be the first one to do so. That video is out if you want like the finer details of the video of the announcement. It's all contained within there. And then I'll probably be streaming again Friday. I'm trying to remain consistent, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on how much work I've got. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Have a fantastic week. It is hump day, almost there. I don't know, that's something office people say to me. And I'll speak to you all very soon.